guys, RetroKrystal here, and with the new release of The Last of Us 2 rapidly approaching, in preparation I decided to give the first in the series a go. Previously I have watched a lot of gameplay through walkthroughs and various videos, but I had never given it myself the chance to play it. So here we are.
Well, here we are. You don't touch anything. And you close the door? Let's gear up.
What? I need a gun.
No, you don't.
Joel, I can handle myself.
The Last of Us is an action-adventure game developed by Naughty Dog. The story itself revolves around a disease which is spreading in the United States, and turning everyone into zombies or various other creature forms. You take control of the main character called Joel, and as you try to survive and help your partner in crime, Ellie. Ellie's a girl who you randomly come across quite early on in the game, and is incredibly important and plays a big part as she's actually the reason you're trying to leave the quarantine zone. Early on in the game, you learn that she is in fact immune to this disease, and everyone is trying to capture her as she may hold the cure. Within the game, the father-daughter type relationship between Ellie and Joel grows and plays a big impact on your emotional feelings as a player. This is also accompanied through gameplay, as you're often trying to help Ellie across patches of water, as she can't swim. Or you might be able to boost her up to those harder reach places. At the beginning of the game, you learn these mechanics through movements with another character called Tess, which forms a tutorial style learning process, which is great for those players not used to this mechanic or new to this style of gameplay. Regarding combat, you can switch between a variety of weapons and explosives to kill any enemies that may appear. These can vary throughout as pistols, shotguns, bows and arrows, and any type of explosive or bombs that you can think of. During combat, you can use the environment around you to help create defensive barriers, or just simply to hide from any enemies. This can be very useful as you often may want to pause, take a breather, and use a special listening ability. Within the game, you often come up against specific enemies called clickers. These are extremely dangerous, as they can't be meleeed necessarily, and if you get too close, they'll go ahead and insta-kill you. However, what you can do is slowly sneak up behind them after locating them through the listening ability, and grab them from behind before using your knife item to shiv them. This is a technique used every time you attack any enemy by surprise. But make sure that you do have the knife available and in your inventory, as this is something that you actually pick up during your adventure but may run out. This is incredibly important in moments such as areas where you may find secret doors which you can only open through using your shiv knife. A favourite combat technique is actually the ability to choose to play stealthily rather than full attack and pushing straight through. This can be done via the feature of distractions and choosing your movements very carefully. The game often presents itself with items such as bricks or glass bottles or various other easily breakable objects. These objects can be used to either stun an enemy or, more importantly, to create noise in another location, which is ideal for those stealth clicker kills. One of the cool features of the game is that as you progress, you can upgrade and adapt your weapons. This is done via two ways: workbenches and finding upgrades during your travels. Upgrades themselves can increase things like durability of items or unlock different variations. For example, a very useful variation is the ability to combo a melee weapon with a shiv or another sharp object to create a stib-stab melee weapon that can hit 1 KO. The only downside is you instantly lose that weapon, but on the good side, if there's annoying enemies which you can't seem to kill, or you just want to get past a certain area, then this is always a good alternative. Workbenches, on the other hand, are more focused on your weapons, such as your guns or bows and arrows. These enable you to improve your weapon's fire rate or reload speed, amongst other upgrades. However, to do these, you must come across the workbench in the first place, plus ensuring you have enough tools to enable to unlock the upgrade. Unfortunately, this might not always be the case, so use them wisely and to ensure you know exactly your playstyle and which weapons you use the most, because these workbenches don't appear often. Whereas, on the other hand, if you want to upgrade aspects such as Joel's health, you can do this at whatever moment in the game, but you do need to come across some items called supplements. Supplements aren't necessarily easy to find. Overall, the game presents itself with a deeper story surrounding the political events of the disease, causing everyone to turn into these clickers or enemies, which emphasises the emotional bonding of every character you're presented with, because after all, it is a survival. I didn't want to go too much into the story, as every moment would provide another spoiler, but I am finding myself playing this game and just wanting to keep going till the early hours of the morning. There's a lot of little features, and the gameplay can be all dependent on your own personal style, but I am finding some parts difficult with the insta-deaths, and they can become a little bit frustrating. But I think once you get used to the combat, it's alright a great game, and I'm really excited for the sequel.
Now listen.
Don't forget guys, like and subscribe,
ain't exactly
and
the
feedback is
most
always welcome in the comments below,
stable
so
of
feel free to
individuals.
let me know what
So
other
when we
videos
get
you'd like
there,
me to create.
You let
Until
me
next
do the
week,
talking.
I'll see you guys
You
later.
understand?